Just recently, thousands of game developers lost their jobs. Programmers, artists, writers, designers, quality assurance testers. Entire teams were reduced or shut down completely. And for many gamers, the news felt confusing. The gaming industry is larger than ever. More people play games than at any point in history. Some games generate billions of dollars. So why do studios keep firing developers? At first glance, it doesn't make much sense. Gaming is one of the most successful forms of entertainment on the planet. It earns more money than movies and music combined. From the outside, the industry appears to be thriving. But beneath the surface, a different story is unfolding. Modern game development has become incredibly expensive. 20 years ago, a successful game might have been created by a relatively small team. Today, major releases can require hundreds or even thousands of developers working together for 5 or more years. Every year of development adds more costs. Salaries, office space, software, marketing, technology. The longer a project takes, the more expensive it becomes. And modern games are taking longer than ever to make. Some projects now spend 6, 7, or even 8 years in development before reaching players. That creates enormous pressure. If a game succeeds, everything looks fine. If it disappoints, even slightly, the consequences can be severe. Studios may spend hundreds of millions of dollars creating a game. When expectations aren't met, companies start searching for ways to reduce costs. Unfortunately, employees are often the first target. To investors, layoffs look like a quick solution. Reduce expenses, improve financial reports, increase profitability, at least in the short term. But that's only part of the story. The gaming industry also experienced an unusual boom during the pandemic. Millions of people were stuck at home looking for entertainment. Gaming exploded in popularity. Companies expanded rapidly. Studios hired aggressively. New projects were approved. Growth seemed endless. Then the world returned to normal. Player growth slowed. Spending became less predictable. And many companies suddenly found themselves larger than they needed to be. The result was a wave of layoffs across the industry. Developers who were hired during the boom years became victims of the slowdown that followed. But there is another issue. The industry has become obsessed with blockbuster success. Publishers aren't simply trying to make profitable games. They're trying to create massive hits. The next Fortnite, the next Minecraft, the next billion-dollar franchise. That strategy creates winners, but it also creates many losers. When a game fails to become a global phenomenon, executives often view it as a disappointment, even if it sells millions of copies. And when expectations become unrealistic, layoffs often follow. Artificial intelligence is adding another layer of uncertainty. Some companies believe AI can reduce development costs by assisting with coding, testing, art generation, and other tasks. Supporters see it as a powerful tool. Critics worry it could reduce the number of developers needed in the future. No one knows exactly how this will play out. But many workers are understandably concerned. The strange reality is that gaming itself isn't dying. Far from it. Players are still buying games. New titles continue breaking sales records. The demand for entertainment remains strong. Yet developers often find themselves trapped in an industry that constantly demands growth. More revenue, more players, more profits. Even successful studios sometimes conduct layoffs simply because investors expect higher returns. And that creates a difficult situation. The people who build the games players love often have the least control over what happens next. The irony is hard to ignore. Gaming has never been bigger. Gaming has never been more popular. Gaming has never generated more money. Yet thousands of developers continue losing their jobs. The problem isn't a lack of players. The problem may be an industry that has become too large, too expensive, and too dependent on endless growth. Because when growth becomes the goal above everything else, even success can stop being enough. And in that environment, the next great game might not protect the people who created it.